mana i ngā reo Rangatira mā tēnā rā koutou katoa. Nau mai haere mai ki tēnei hōtaka e kia nei he puke he rangatira. Nei te rā nei ko tae mai te tahi aku nei manuhiri koia hoki te tahi aku whanaunga me ki ko koia te tahi o ngā kaihaka o mua mō ngā rōpu maha puta no kaua ko te taitoke rau anake, engari ko te motu whānui me ki. Ano hoki koia tētahi o ngā tangata e hāpai nei, e tautoko ana i wētahi o ngā hunga rangatahi i ngā tauki muri, mohe ana hau ki tēnā, me te maha atu o ngā mahi. Nā reira, kōwai atu, ko Harry Clarke, e mara, e mihi ana kia koe e taku whanaunga, tēnā koe.
Kia ora, tēnā koe taku whanaunga i puta.
Kia ora.
Tēnā maharahara taku ngākau.
Ai, tika.
And so I was a famous Uncle Harry in the Auntie Street alongside another old guy, Ari Fishmani, whose name was Auntie Uncle, and Madam Salami, a opera singing, saxophone playing witch, of course. And another whanaunga, Abigail Kaiawe from up in pt2, amazing singer. And so we were just performing arts, and we would work in the schools doing Māori legends, puppetry and all that sort of stuff. And then in the holidays we do these big, these huge shows, like in big theatres.
Oh,
Jason and the Golden Fleece, all sorts of, the Sleeping Beauty, I think. Sleeping Beauty, I was a frog king, and we had all these big frog masks, so it looked like just big frog puppets, but yeah, we were all wearing them, and I was alongside this lady, Maria Mornay, who just happened to be like the best ever jazz singer in Auckland. You know, she was like a Aretha Franklin sort of lady jazz singer, and man, it was, you know, we got thousands of people coming to those shows, eh? And I think another one was Jason and the Golden Fleece. I had like 28 parts through the whole thing, and it was a 2-hour major theatre production about, you know, the travels of Jason Hercules, all that sort of stuff. And so I was the spare parts guy, the centaur, Argus the boat builder, one of the 3 wives. I was a big dragon. And, yeah, all sorts, you know, and you know, travelling the country doing magic shows and teddy bears picnics and stuff like that, and a rock band. Yeah, to finally, I sort of got hoha with the travelling, and so I wanted to get into acting seriously. Just happened to run into Don Selwyn while I was up here visiting my mum and dad one weekend in Willie Davis, actually, and they said, "Oh, come and have an audition." And so when they had an audition down at the Polytech, I didn't realise that it was an audition for Once Warriors, what becomes of the broken-hearted, you know, the Māori Shakespeare Lincoln movie, quite a lot of different parts, and everyone had all these scripts, and because I was quite used to acting, man, I just walked in there. I was hungover, and walked straight and looked at them, picked up these scripts, and they said, "Oh, haven't you even studied the scripts?" I said, "No." And just looked at them and just bam, and produced it while I got a lot of the main parts in that movie, and a lot of movies, and they really wanted to employ me, so I left the aunties and came home. You know, and right at that time, my son got born, and so I ended up like throwing this acting career and just look after my boy Adam. 21 years ago, you know, he was born. Yeah, and so that's how I got back up to Whangarei, and I've never left, really. never regretted it after going all around the world. That's what I thought to myself. You know, and over that time, I think I went to Canada about 3 times with my cousin Carmen, and Hawaii, China, just doing different things, and had this amazing relationship with Indian people. So, you know, did the old man called horse thing and a few sun dances over in Canada, and doing teepee and powwows, and you know, we were working in a drug and alcohol centre where my cousin Carmen was looking after like 26 boys, and I was in the other centre looking after 26 girls. So it was like pretty cool. And so he was thrashing them out in the bush, teaching them sports, and I was teaching my girls kapahaka.
Yep.
Yeah, so I taught them a poi, you know, couple of chants in over about 3 months, and sort of just got well looked after in this reservation, really, and looked after by these people, Anishinaabe people in Canada. Winnipeg, really, I've still got major connections with them, really, and still want to go back to them, the Fontaine family.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that pretty brings me straight into the middle part of my Bleaker in history, which was ended up working in health, which was then more exciting than any. All of that stuff, was I had to use all of those skills to now work in health as an educator and a motivator for public health, really.
Yeah.
And so the job that I got was working in a peer sexuality team, being able to go around.
Right, yes.
Because the STD rates in the north were like worldwide, and there was a pandemic up here, just like COVID actually. And so we had to get our teams together, which was an amazing team, I've got to say, of young, vibrant people to go around and preach the word of safe sex and sexuality and those sort of things, and being able to educate formerly young teenagers in schools. And so probably over about 6 years, so myself and Bana, or I actually call it Princess, but her name's Kapuarangi Nathan.
Oh, yes.
And anyway, yes, yes. So we were a two-piece for years, and as health promoters, actually, being able to deliver that service up here, which was a PSST team. You might have been part of that too, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ai rā, he paku whakatā i tēnei wā e mara. Ka hoki mai ki ngā kōrero ki Whangarei a māua ko taku manuhiri ko Harry Clarke. E kōrero ana e pāna ki tōna oranga me ngā mahi ko oti iaia. Aotira, hei whakangāhau ia tātou, hei tāpiri ati ki wēnei kōrero anei tana rōpu kapahaka o te tīmatanga. Mai ngā whakataitai a motu i te tau 2025 ki te papa i oia, no reira e mara, a te whakarongo mai. huki mai ki ngā kōrero ki Whangarei a māro ko taku manuhiri ko te rangatira mo te rānei. Ara ko Harry Clarke e kōrero ana e pāna ki tōna oranga. Nā reira, e maramau tonu mai.
That's right. And so, and that was back in the days when I look like an old shriveled up blinking sausage these days, but back in those days I still had big muscles and long dreadlocks, sort of thing, you know. And so I was going around being a true Māori male when we were doing all of these youth wānanga for vibrant young youth that we knew could deliver the word out, you know, to their further friends in their school regions, actually right around the whole of the north.
Yep.
And then we were supplying them with, man, I never gave away so many condoms. It was like 50,000 condoms a month.
Whoa.
You know?
Yep.
Oh my gosh, what were they doing with them? I wouldn't like to know, but I mean, you know, and so we got onto a good thing, being able to do it as Maori, because that's what we found was a great service, but you know, it wasn't catering for the need group, which was young Maori, of course. No ears. Those fellas still using blinking, what was it, rubber bands in gay wrap, or something like that. You know? And so, anyway, you know, so we taught them about latex and lube, of course. Being part of a tūhono tapu o te tangata, I think we ended up calling our consortium of youth workers that would come out of a lot of the non-NAGs around the north, Ngāti Hine Health Trust, back in the day, Te Hauoro o Te Taitokero, and
Yes.
which was called SOT,
Yep.
of course.
Yes. Yep. Thought.
You know, and then us, which was Northland Health, and then on the other side, Te Hao, Te Oranga, and so there's all these different Māori educators, and we all got together and we got educated and got our diplomas, but as well as that, we got to actually use some of the Māori models back into the communities again, eh? And quite a lot of those people now are all managers and stuff like that, really. So it was pretty cool. Doing that stuff for about, I think I did it for like 6 years, up until about 2004, 2006. And then right at that stage, my brother had started a company called Aramoana Adventures, which was, Adventures was around outdoors and stuff like that, but he was doing lots of intervention courses for at-risk youth offenders, you know, naughty boys, say, you know. Always, you know, the young Māoris that were failing in schools, really. And so we got a program through the courts to be able to look after these boys as an alternative education school, of course, and stop them from offending was one, but also try and find them pathways into education, or, you know, trying to grow up, because, of course, they weren't going to go back to school. And, man, these boys were cool to have, you know. So we had a young program called Te Whare Waitangata, developed by my brother Aaron. I moved into there from Northland House, and pretty much stayed there for about 18 years, maybe even nearly 19 years, next to my tuakana Aaron, working alongside him and doing all of those programs with young people, and then finally developing into programs up in the Ngāwha correctional, Northern Corrections facility, really, or the prison up in Ngāwha there. My brother is still to this day working in there. I think I might have worked myself up to 14 years in the prison, and it was definitely an eye-opener, but never ever thought that from working with youth I'd end up in the prison anyway, you know? Yeah, but so that was pretty much the whole lot of mahi. As a hobby, I still stayed with kapahaka for a little while, but ended up developing more of a band with my brother. My cousin had come back from Canada, and he was playing with Michael Jackson and Joe Cocker at the time.
Wow.
As a bass player, and he came back old and to spend the last of his years really in New Zealand, came back here first. And so we created a band called the Karaka Tree, which was three karakas, really myself, playing lead and singing, and Aaron on bass, and my cousin Stephen playing drums. Well, he was a drummer, but he was actually like one of the best bass players ever. But and so I made him sort of
teach you
give that responsibility to my bro.
Oh,
okay. You know, because as a guitarist and entertainer, I was always in need of a bass player and, you know, backing. So we ended up having a piano band probably for about 20 years, maybe. And all we played was Māori music, really. And so in the form of performing arts and stuff like that on stage, I've been a lead singer for the last maybe 30 years, since I was like around 20. Just singing lead band stuff on stage. Yeah, and so the Karaka Tree went for years. We were like a reggae Māori band that just catered for Māori groups, really.
Yeah, I remember.
And that was really exciting stuff. Just a bit of a release, but it got us enough time to go around and play for the people and do something that we really love. And using my father's talent, say, as musos and stuff like that. So, that was for years. And then we ended up, after a few years, the Karaka Tree ended up pretty much dispersing like the Beatles. And then I got together with my partner Kelly, and so we've been in a group, a two-piece called the Jedites for the last maybe 10 years now.
Oh, yeah.
And just doing two-piece Māori stuff, acoustic, and she plays drums as well, so sometimes we can put out a
jam together.
Yeah.
Aira, he paku whakatā i tēnei wā e mara. Ka hoki mai ki ngā kōrero ki Whangarei a māua ko taku manuhiri ko Harry Clarke. E kōrero ana e pāna ki tōna oranga me ngā mahi ko oti iaia. Aotira, hei whakangāhau ia tātou, hei tāpiri atu ki wēnei kōrero anei tāna rōpu kapahaka o te tīmatanga. Mai ngā whakataitai a motu i te tau 2005 i tū ki te papa i oia, no reira e mara. Āta whakarongo mai. puki hoki mai ki ngā kōrero ki Whangarei a Māro ko taku manuhiri ko te rangatira mo te rānei. Ara ko Harry Clarke e kōrero ana e pāna ki tōna oranga. Nā reira, e mara mau tonu mai.
And then we've got so many friends that are really keen on being Māori, but they're sort of shy too.
Yeah, yes, as we are.
You know? Yeah. And so we've been really gathering them all in and then just showing them, just outward teaching them just Māori songs.
Yeah.
Just to fill their kiti up, and and so we basically all do those when we see each other on stage or something like that all the time. And so we've got a whole lot of different amazing musos, a couple of rappers, and some amazing lead singers. We've got circus performers and roadies, all sorts, cameramen that are keen as on just supporting this, because we're all into Star Wars as well, so that's what we call us. The Jedi's, of course,
Yep.
Yeah, and so it seems to be like a sort of a club, really, but it's just a club that we all get to, we're all similar-minded and can just play and jam freely,
Sure.
Haven't recorded anything yet, probably because of the green bottles, that are brought in the middle of the night sort of thing. So,
Ka pai. Far out. Actually, I knew that, that you'd done quite a lot of mahi in the past and, even been involved with some of the things that you've done. But also, I didn't realize how much more until now, ngā mahi I ki tā wāhi, I roto I ngā pēne, and even te ao acting, te ao whakaari, e hoa. Jeez, it's only a small part, I know. I'm sure there's some missing, like, even some of the mahi that you done here at the station once upon a time.
Well, I mean, that mahi was done in about 5 minutes. We sort of just turned up and they just set it all up and everything. And the bro looks at me, we go, and he says, "Oh, I'll shout you a pie if you come up with a blick in the very first commercial, please." The very first jingle. I was like, okay, yep. So, he shouted me $20 worth of pies. Anyway, and me and a couple of cousins, and then I walked in, and I was like, oh, yep, well, here it is. Whakarongo mai, kia Ngāti Hine, here's your jingle. Gave it to him, and he's like, oh, how are you going to do it? So I just picked the guitar up. Whakarongo mai, kia Ngāti Hine. Yep. And then that's how we ended up getting it going, and then he made us do 10 different weekend harmonies on the new studio.
Yep.
And then by the time, about a week later, he comes in and was already on the radio, and it's like, far out. I remember going around the world and hearing everything o te ao and hearing myself on it, It was like, wow, look at that,
Oh, worldwide.
It's just amazing how, like, a little jingle like that just coming out of the radio station was,
Yeah.
Pretty amazing. And I was actually thinking about getting back into radio as well, because storytelling is for me, and I see that, I was brought up in the aunties, we were doing lots of radio stuff like that, and just a lot of the schools I've learned, I suppose, and, I suppose the last 14 years as well, being a part of my brother's wānanga ātikanga, or tikanga wānanga, to be able to present a motivational style education through to people, through to young offenders or first-time offenders, to try and stop them from going inside, and seeing that whole process go through from, once upon a time it was with their dads, and now it's with their sons and even their mokupunas.
Mm-hmm.
So it's giving them the same rightful information that we should all get as Māori, from the creation all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
And so been really wanting to develop that, so just pass it on as a package and stuff like that. It's been really helpful for the guys when I see them after they're released too. They're teaching their own kids those stories, and just a full form of Māori education by using the kinaki that are on the walls and stuff like that, and old style storytelling is just not around anymore, eh?
Kia ora. No,
Oratory, you know, the flamboyant animated talker.
Yeah.
You know, he might, with immaculate language and next minute, you know, everyone's lying in. Remember vividly having to lie in a wharenui, not allowed to say nothing, just, you know, because you get to shut up. And you hear this amazing language and these people just telling you stories. Well, you know, and these are the things that come back at me now.
Yeah.
You know, 20 years later when they're all dead, and I can still hear them telling me these stories and stuff like that, you know. And so it's really wanting to pass that on to the next generation, and many, you know, many things. I think that the whole form of where kura kaupapa is now, there's a whole need or resurgence of on-stage production, really, and stuff like that, you know, Māori theatre.
Kia ora.
To be popping out all of these Māori charter schools and stuff like that now, even if it's a combined effort, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, so I've been trying to tap on the door of the He Art Centre and talk to my awesome uncle over there about a few of these concepts for the future. Just so that a lot of those stories can be consolidated. You know,
consolidated. Yeah. Aira, he paku whakatā I tēnei wā e mara. Ka hoki mai ki ngā kōrero ki Whangarei a māua ko taku manuhiri ko Harry Clarke. E kōrero ana e pāna ki tōna oranga me ngā mahi ko oti iaia. A otira, hei whakangāhau ia tātou, hei tāpiri atu ki wēnei kōrero anei tāna rōpu kapahaka o te tīmatanga. Mai ngā whakataitai a motu I te tau 2025 ki te papa I oia, no reira e mara, āta whakarongo mai. mai ki ngā kōrero ki Whangarei a Māro ko taku manuhiri ko te rangatira mo te rānei. Ara ko Harry Clarke e kōrero ana e pāna ki tōna oranga. Nā reira, e mara mau tonu mai.
And I think it's just a way into the future, inbound tourism, people coming from overseas or people coming from down country these days are all looking for those sort of stories these days, and you know, might be a great opportunity for us to capture that stuff.
Fully.
To set our kids up. I was saying to my partner that I think it's awesome to see young kids as a performer and to get those opportunities I did, but you know, give them a golden pathway to it. You know, by teaching them those performing skills as young people, and I mean our own nephews and nieces that are in there now. They just live and breathe it, coming out of those kura kaupapa, and then when they leave there's nothing there for them really, you know, other than senior performance, and so just another avenue for them to be able to explore.
Yeah, no, tautoko there. Tautoko there, whakaro. We might have to have some kōrero in regards to that, you know, like you're saying, getting back out there and into this type of mahi and sharing some of those kōrero with our next generation. Yeah. Now, ka pai e hoa. Yeah. Wow. There's, I'm sure, more than that still, but waiho I kona mo tēnei wā.
No, it is. I think I've got it all out anyway.
Yep.
Yeah, without anything else. But no, it's just great to have the opportunity to share with you, Kizzy.
Yeah, no, fine.
You know, just I know someone might find it interesting, but it's good to be able to actually say it. Haven't done a timeline for a while, but I realised I've just got a new job, and I pulled out my CV, and it was like thicker than a book. And I realised, oh my gosh, you know, I've just got to throw some of the stuff out, but I couldn't because everything was special. You know?
Yes, no,
and I had taonga from like that put in that CV too, like my very first wakahuia performing pass. You know, the certificate that Woody gave me for male leader. You know, for the tautokoro and things like that. You know, little feathers, a couple of rako, a pipu. You know, the stuff that I picked up all along the way that are all now in my taonga tete somewhere around here that I just use for storytelling these days. But it's good to see that these things are great for someone to on a rainy day when I can pull them out and show someone too. So
yeah, and inspire, you know.
Aye. Anyway, ka tira mō tēnei, but you know, tēnei te mihi aroha kia koe, a taua nei whanau ki Ngāti te rino, and a tata nei whānau I reira manga kāhia, and hawa oropu te tarau rahiri, of course, kazi. And and mihi to te reo o Ngāti Hine as well. After all these years, it's just been good to actually put some offer some history to these things. If I could ask, I've always wanted to ask these questions, just to put it out there. Who was the very first morning show host on Radio Ngāti Hine? And what was the name of JB and Tātai's morning show? And of course, well, there was one other one too. I've got all these flash questions. Yeah, and who was? What was the? Who was the kaumātua that did the karakia on the new studio that came from Porowini Ave, going straight up onto the where it is now. Oh God, now. Anyway, just a couple of questions like that out there.
Oh,
someone might know.
Yeah, wow. Actually, you know, I might chuck that up on our Facebook too, because you know those are some of the pātai that only select few will know the answer, and I can answer like just for going back from my memory too, because you know I te wā puta mai a Ngāti Hine FM. I was still quite young.
Yes.
But I remember some of those faces and names, and I know the answer to that kaumātua who did the karakia in the mornings, but I'm not going to share.
Yes.
I just want to see, like you, I want to see who out there will remember.
Yeah, and who was that was it? And who was the host on the morning show Ka Pū Te Ruha?
Ooh. Oh, okay. We'll leave it out there, and we'll see how we go on our Facebook page.
Sweet as, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, choice. No, thank you for mihi ana kia koe I hara mai ki runga I tēnei hōtaka mō tō tātou nei rangatira mō te rānei e tika ana ko koe tēnā my cousin, nā te nui rawa o mahi, nui rawa o pukenga, nui rawa ngā mea o taonga hei tākoha ki te hunga ngā uri whakaheke mai. Nera, ai. Nā reira, tēnā koe.
Kia ora. Te toiro, e te muano, e pori ano, ki to whiti nui, ki to whiti roa, ki hawa, I ki rāno. He toi tapuna tangaro te ara, whaitiri te awa o mā pātua. I hara mai ai I te nukuro, I te ngari whati ka hoki nei koe ki te potua. Uri he kuru tonga re wataku I ka paunamu. Nā tōro ana puhi kai ariki na hoe o te po. Te whetu rea tako tāne mahu takatau nei ki raro. Ngā wehi o te whenua. Hui e tai ki. Kia ora.
Kia ora rā, kazi. Tēnā koe. Koe rā, he puke he rangatira mō tēnei wiki. Hoki mai a tērā atu wiki kia rongo ai koe I tētahi atu kōrero e pānaki, tētahi atu rangatira no te kāinga nei. Ko pita tēnei, kaue atu I a koe, tēnei kaupapa, tēnei hōtaka, ngā manaakitanga o te rungarawa ki runga I a koe me tō whānau, hei kona mai.